Hello my friends, it's Lisa here from Arcaneandstellar and welcome to my channel. We are going to be doing a singles reading. This was very requested many times. I've been saying I'd do it. I'm doing it today. So we have 4 different flowers to choose from. You want to know what's coming up in your love life? This is the reading for you. Now, I did channel a song collectively, which I thought I would mention because maybe some of you might like this song or somehow it might relate to your future. But the song was Crazy on You by Heart, and I like to do it with my shuffle. That song is a really interesting one, and not only because Ann Wilson's chart comes through strongly in her writing, but yeah, it's like a beautiful song. It's like, I was a willow last night in my dream. I bent down over a clear running stream. I sang you a song that I heard up above, and you kept me alive with your sweet flowing love. So yeah, and it can talk about when things are tough and crazy, when the world is going nuts, and you just connect to that person. So I don't know, maybe there's a collective message there, you know, for a lot of you in terms of you know, love. Like, the world is a bit crazy right now. Things are going nuts. It feels like, you know, there's just a lot of stuff going on. So I thought that was really weird that came up as the collective kind of message there. But yeah, Ann Wilson has a very interesting chart. She has a lot of, anytime you see Saturn people, singers especially, you'll often find them singing about willow trees, because willows are ruled by Saturn actually. And it's so funny because she's got Saturn, I think, square Mercury, trine Venus, and yeah, she totally is. I was a willow last night in my dream. And Tori Amos also, Natalie Merchant, very Saturnian women, also sang about willows. So it's just kind of funny to see it. Oh, and Michael Martin Murphey as well. He sang a song called Wildfire when I was a little girl. I just love that song. And it's about a blizzard. Again, Saturn, very cold, usually cold songs. And if you think about Tori Amos, winter, Natalie Merchant, she also has Frozen Charlotte, Michael Martin Murphy, well, it's about a blizzard, the wildfire, essentially. Wildfire is about, and actually, funnily enough, his Saturn is hitting something in Aries. So I thought that was kind of funny because it's wildfire. And it's in a blizzard, Saturn. Anyway. And it was actually Saturn Mercury, I remember, in his chart. But yeah, it's so crazy how Ann Wilson's stuff really comes through. And as well as Nancy Wilson also has that Aries Venus as well. So she's kind of got that Mars-ruled Venus. Very passionate, and a lot of their songs really are. But hopefully this is a good omen for a lot of you, because that is I think a pretty romantic song myself. Of course, I've always loved Heart, but it was one of my first records that I ever got when I was a little girl. My dad gave it to me, and I wish I still had it, but it disappeared somewhere. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into the reading. Like I said, there are 4 different flowers to choose from. I've tried to show you them up close in the beginning, so if you want to go to right after the intro, if you need a close look at them, you're free to go back there. You know, I encourage you to tune into your intuition, you know what I mean, and pick a flower that's calling to you. And I'm going to have the life shuffling like I've been doing lately, courtesy of White Feather Tarot, who is the inspiration behind that. But yeah, I hope that you enjoy this reading and it brings some insight, and let's go ahead and get started. Okie dokie, guys, let's get started. So we have 4 different flowers, obviously 4 different groups. I'm going to cleanse the areas I often do. Spirit guides, ancestors, just guide me in this reading. For those that are tuning into this reading, help them find their pile to intuitively help me provide messages that will help them understand their future, for better or worse, to get clear and accurate information that will help them. Okay, let's see. So let's get started. Okay. What is coming in? Okay, I'm not going to take these actually right now. I'm going to focus on oracle cards at the moment, because I might do live. I think I'm going to do live shuffling with my tarot cards, so I can ask questions and remember what I asked. Because if I do it, then I won't remember what I asked, and I'll be like, gosh, shoot. There's only so much my brain can handle. Okay, group number 1. What is ahead for the singles choosing this beautiful flower? What is ahead in love? Singles choosing number 1. What about for number 2? What is ahead? This one, I need that. What is ahead in love? If you're curious about what I've used thus far, I will show you in a moment. I always put the links down below. Okie dokie. Let me just see. This, the first one I did was the Pure Magic Oracle, which you can see there. And like I said, the thing will be down in the, I'll put an Amazon link. If you guys click on that link, basically it gives me like a percentage. Usually it's like 50 cents or something. And it takes like months to get $10 because that's when they like cash it out. So it's a nice thing to do, you know, if you want to get it, clicking that link. Oracle of Light and Dreams. That is not what you have used, but we will use that. Wow, I just showed you the wrong box. I was like gonna go for this one. Oh my goodness. I meant, sorry, this is the Universal Folk Oracle. That is what this top one is. Sorry. But we'll grab the other one too. So, Oracle of Light and Dreams is this one right here. Okay. We'll get one. So, number 1. Oh, what a beautiful card. I like the pastel colors there. I love green. I love green and pink and white. I just like all the colors. Just like all the colors. Okay, let's see. I want an astrology card. What is coming up in love? Stubborn, man. Stubborn, huh? We'll take those two. That was like super, super stubborn. Took a minute. Okay, let's see here. I think that's gonna be all that I take for now in case so yeah, I'm gonna leave them like this, guys. Let me bring them up so you can see them kind of a little bit better. Sorry. So you got group 4 there. Group 3. Of course, you know the timestamps are going to be down below. And there we have it. So, hopefully you can see all those. There we go. And make a choice or selection based on your intuition. And I'll go ahead and see you in the reading. Let's start. I'm going to go start group number 1. Hello my friends. So if you've chosen group number 1 here with this beautiful flower, this is your reading. So what is coming up in love for you guys? You're single, you're wanting to know what's coming up. Let's find out. So we have number 7, herbal craft, regeneration, plant medicine, caretaker, and bloomer. Beautiful colors. 19, beginnings, adjustment, shedding, new, and release. We have also close encounters, number 20. We have got Aries, number 1 for me, and then we have Saturn. So these are just the first few oracle cards. I'm in a live shuffle tarot, but what is coming up in love, just looking at this right away? Well, close encounters is a really interesting card because it talks about exploration. It shows a woman who's an astronaut. For some of you, your love life may be going in the direction of meeting somebody who's much different than you. Maybe going into unknown territory. For some of you, it might be that you are coming to this and you never actually had a partner before. Okay, some of you may have never experienced like maybe a relationship. For others of you though, this could indicate like a foreign partner or somebody who's a lot different, or a totally different atmosphere than what you've been used to. like alien life, essentially, like going to another planet. So I feel like with that, of course, we could say, if you've only experienced kind of difficult relationships in the past, it's going to be a completely new experience. If you haven't had a relationship before, again, completely new experiences. So what I see coming in love are new experiences, essentially, from this card. And even next to it, the beginnings card. And look at that, we have 19 and 20. To me, that shows progression, okay? Now, some of you may have Saturn and Aries here, by the way. I thought I might mention that. I'm not sure if that would be the case for everyone. Probably not. But just in case, some of you might have that. We also have, or maybe Saturn in the first house, or Saturn-Mars contacts as well. But anyway, we have beginnings, adjustment, shedding, new, and release. Again, I feel something new kind of coming through, new experiences. So that I like seeing that because, and we have the new regeneration and shedding. So I definitely see growth occurring here, that you guys have been maybe healing or growing in the meantime. Even if you're not healing from anything, you're sort of, becoming your new self, essentially, adjusting to the future. This can talk about, as wonderful new beginnings and opportunities appear, there will be an adjustment in a letting go of old routines. The snake sheds its skin on a regular basis, revealing its bright and beautiful self. The lilies also represent death and renewal. The woman wears cowrie shells in her hair as a strong symbol of goddess protection as she steps forth in the light of a new chapter. At her throat is the amulet of Papa Legba to help with communication at the spiritual crossroads. Seeking out snakeskin jasper will further offer protection and dispel negative influences. So some of you may want to obtain some snakeskin jasper. With each new start, there is a letting go and a clearing out process in order to adjust. Pay attention to the silence and the gentle nurturing as well as the movement forward. It will all unfold beautifully in the light of honesty. Well, this is nice because I think that this shows that either some of you have already been healing or that, you're going to continue such a process or journey, okay? There's a lot about individuality and maturity here. So I feel like a lot of you are, maybe some of you are focusing on mature goals, self goals. Maybe some of you have focused on school or work as well. And it's like now you're going to be able to kind of go into new territories. But either way, no matter what your past is, this is a collective, kind of reading. Many people could be watching, and each of you will have your own unique story in life. I can see that there are going to be new experiences in love, okay? What is coming up in love? I'm going to move off these. We have a journey. There could be travel and message. Okay, journey and message. And gift. So I feel like for a lot of you, and we have 10, 7, 17, by the way. So I don't know if the numbers might mean anything to anyone, but I thought I might mention them. Journey, message, and gift. Well, this would, to me, would speak of a situation where there may be distance. And I think that really compounds that close encounters in terms of going somewhere far away. Maybe some of you are going to take a journey to see someone, or maybe there's somebody at a distance. There could be a long distance communication going on here. We also have the gift, which indicates to me blessings and generosity. So you might see a generous person coming into your life, a kind person, a person with gifts to give. Again, for some of you, that might be something that is a different encounter. Maybe you're not used to such a personality. There's a lot about journeys in faraway places. Oh, jeez Louise. Yeah, you guys are getting all the... I'm going to put this one back here. It's like a bunch of cards. I don't take that many at a time usually. This is definitely showing distance, guys. So I'm definitely seeing a distant kind of connection here. Also one that helps you move past burdens. So if things have felt a bit heavy, Saturn can be like that sometimes. A lot of heavy responsibility, feelings of loneliness. I feel like here we see prospects coming in. And a lot more personal power as well. The Magician here can really show that you are invited to take initiation or action towards something. And it may be that through communication and action, a lot of your dreams could come true. I feel like what we have here, Judgment can also signify an older person coming. We also have Saturn here too. So we may see an older person in your life, or maybe you're older or they're older, because we can see as well the fact that with Judgment, wounds are being healed, understanding is being obtained. It's like no longer bitter or resentful towards past situations. There's a sense of optimism and a new phase. It also can indicate those of you especially that are, you know, previously married or had experiences as well already, that you're kind of healing, moving past these and looking forward to the future. I do feel like a lot of you are going to have a wonderful experience in love in the future. It doesn't seem to me, and again, this is, it's so hard with these general readings to kind of make a strong assessment. It's better, say, for like personal readings, but I will say that I feel like for most of you, I would say within the next 6 months, to me, I think you should see some sort of movement. For some of you, may still be in the healing process and you're about to kind of reach that sort of clarity to move forward. For others of you, I think you've already worked on it, and probably if you've already kind of been there, I think that's where you're going to see it happening sooner. I feel like, really honestly, a lot of you are going to have somebody at a distance, is what I'm seeing here. That is what I'm seeing. So who's coming in love for group number 1? Anything? We have the Magician, the Moon, okay, let's see, the King of Swords. Ooh, interesting. So the Magician, of course, can represent Gemini energy, and we also have the King of Swords. So this could also, that's air qualities, so Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. We also have the Moon, and so the Moon, of course, you know, I always think of Cancer, but I think in this deck, it's, I mean, in like tarot, it's generally considered to be Pisces. But so we have those kinds of energies here, but it doesn't have to represent the sign of anyone. We can see somebody who likes to discuss intuitive things, spiritual things. We could see someone who's quite gifted in intuition. We could also see somebody who's a master of their thought and emotions, so they have a good control over themselves. We could see a little bit of fear here sometimes popping up in this person, but I think that they're good at mastering those things as well. The Magician speaks of, so the Moon can talk about clandestine affairs or things that kind of start out in a secret manner. So there could be something in regards to that, sort of behind the scenes. It doesn't always denote longevity when it comes to a relationship. It's more so like an intuitive spiritual connection that I wouldn't say yes or no, you know, in terms of like if this would be a long-term person or anything like that, okay? The Magician, of course, can talk about somebody who's well-spoken and perhaps good at communicating, maybe working with the hands, somebody who's masterful in some way. So they could do handicraft or have some sort of skill. They could also just be a good speaker as well. So these are the kinds of energies. There's a cartoon, and this card reminds me of it a little bit. It's a Russian cartoon, actually. It's the Bremen musicians one. Gosh, I might link it, the song, in the description if I remember. If I don't remember, tell me in the comments if you want to see it. But there's something about that music video that, like, it's from the cartoon. It's like, it reminds me of it, and there's like a guy like singing to the girl, and in the lyrics it says like, you hear my voice or whatever. So I'm kind of getting some sort of long distance communication possibly here. Maybe some of you are like already aware of this and you might try to get closer to this person. I'm hoping, you know, for you guys. But we definitely have movement and communication and kindness coming through. So I want to say that there's something good happening in relationship, even if it's not at a distance. The journey could be metaphorical, you know what I mean, in terms of a metaphor. It could be like, you've kind of moved past a lot of this stuff. You've gained the wisdom here. You've had some lessons, or there's some sort of level of maturity that's been reached. And even with herbal craft and the regeneration plant medicine caretaker bloomer, again, I think this kind of denotes somebody kind coming into your life, a caretaker type. But also, to me, plant medicine, like plants, like growing plants, it takes time. And so for a lot of you, I think you're going to start to see the blossoms of these, what you've kind of planted in your life, and therefore, kind of get to the next stage. But yeah, that is what I'm seeing in terms of love. Shall we get some charms? I guess we can get some charms. Maybe I'll do a song for you guys as well. Made with love. Let me see here. We have a turtle. So things could move a little bit slowly here sometimes with the turtle. And maybe some of you have already kind of felt that way about love. Like, it never moves forward quick enough. Again, I'm getting a lot of traveling vibes, to be honest, because we've got the Pisces charm. And when I think of Pisces, I think of the 12th house and sort of like distant foreign lands, faraway places, something that you can't see quite yet. We have Pisces twice, actually. That's funny. Okay, never mind. We have 2 Pisces charms. So again, Pisces coming through strongly in terms of maybe signs. We have as well this bottle with a map in it, right? Because this is a treasure island map charm set. So we've got a map. Again, showing maybe distance. We have as well these dice, which remind me of taking a chance, lucky type of situations here. So rolling the dice, Sagittarius energy for me a little bit. And I don't know why. I always think of Sagittarius when I see that, even though I guess gambling would be more of a 5th house thing that maybe one would associate with Leo. But anyway, we've got 2 keys here. A Mickey Mouse key. And a regular key, and a 3rd key actually too. So we have like 3 keys, but this one always reminds me of soulmates, soul contracts. So I think a lot of you are actually kind of encountering a soulmate. Oops, I just threw that. Maybe that's like the universe will throw it around a little bit. We have the horseshoe again, lucky. We have the tennis racket, which makes me think of a good wrapper between the 2. We have the elephant here missing a leg. So, of course this could indicate a little bit harder to move as an example. As well, moving forward maybe there's some challenges here, but also maybe implying as well that there are, maybe someone has leg problems. Okay. And we also have Aquarius as well. The dragonfly. And the leaf, turning over a new leaf. Again, I think a lot of new beginnings for you guys. And made with love is really interesting. I'm kind of wondering, I kind of wonder if some of you might be meeting somebody you would eventually have a child with. That's not going to be for everyone. I think it's very specific. But I'm kind of thinking that might be the case for at least some of you. Which may be good to hear. Of course, if that's not something you want, don't worry about it. It's not your message. Okay. Let's see here. What else did I want to do? Oh, a song. Yeah, we can do that. Let's do a song. We had Crazy on You as the main song. If you want to go back to the intro and listen to what I said about that. Let me get in this one right here, this playlist, because on my main playlist, I'm like having some kind of weird stuff going on right now. Group number 1. Okay, we have Ready for It by Taylor Swift. No? Oh my god, do we really have this song? That is hilarious. Oh my, I don't even want to tell you what song came up. It's that Baby song by Justin Bieber. I know you love me, I know you care. Just shout whenever and I'll be there. You want my love, you want my heart. We will never, ever, ever be apart. Are we an item? Girl, quit playing. We just friends. What are you saying? Okay, anyway, there might be something like that. That's funny. I can't believe that song came out. Oh my god. I remember when that came out, my sister-in-law was obsessed with Justin Bieber. Holy smokes. She wanted like Justin Bieber everything. Oh, in One Direction. God, I remember taking a flight, an international flight, and they had like I would send her a picture of the One Direction video because they were on the screen in my seat. She was like, oh my gosh. But yeah, that's the song that came up. So I don't know, the lyrics might resonate in some way. But I hope that you enjoyed this reading. Hopefully it was interesting for you. I definitely see some things coming up in love. I like it. I see somebody coming through. And wonderful, wonderful reading. So take care, guys. And I will see you all next time. Bye-bye. Hello, my friends. So if you've chosen group number 2 here, and this beautiful little bouquet of flowers, this is your reading. So what is coming up in your love life? Let's find out. So we have the song, and I did a song for each group so far. Well, just number 1 so far, but I did one for you. Actually, I did theirs at the end of the reading, but I'm going to just show you yours now. We actually have Big Jet Plane by Angus and Julia Stone. So if you want to, it says, gonna hold you, gonna kiss you in my arms, gonna take you away from harm, and gonna take her for a ride on my big jet plane. So, you know, this can talk about maybe travel, but it does kind of indicate that's a love song that came through. So, and it's a pretty helpful one at that. So I think that could be a good sign going forward. So we have card number 2, Ancient Amulets, Fortune, Protection, Skills, and Possessions. We have Balance, number 3, Harmony, Equilibrium, Centered, and Calm. So I want to say that actually a lot of you are in a very calm space right now. And I think that's something you're headed into. We also have Red Riding Hood, number 45. And we have Aquarius. So, of course, well, we can start here. Okay, let's see. So one thing I noticed right away is that, so Aquarius could be like number 11, right? And so we have 11, 2, 3, and 45. 2 and 3, I see progression occurring. So I do feel like that somehow your love life is progressing. I want to take one of these. I didn't do that for the other group, but I will for you guys. Yeah, there we go. Power symbol to create lucky serendipitous events. So there might be some serendipity coming up. Remember that film? There was a movie when I was younger. I remember Serendipity. So maybe that somehow could play in. So the Red Riding Hood card is actually about loyalty, about loyal companions, because of the wolves in the card. It talks about loyalty in this deck. So that's really interesting. Respect. Loyalty is one of the most important qualities of any relationship, be it romantic, business, friendship, or otherwise. Loyalty binds us together with faith, trust, commitment, and support. When we build lasting, loyal relationships, we create deeper bonds, better communication, and a greater sense of security and respect. If by my life or death I can protect you, I will. That's from the Fellowship of the Ring, and it's a quote associated with this particular card. So that's definitely a protective energy, and we have a protection thing here. So I honestly want to say that you might actually be coming into a relationship soon that's very balanced and harmonious, very protected. I want to tell you too, when I first saw the Ancient Amulets card, as I was kind of pulling out all the cards, I have to say that I did pick up that if your love life has been suffering or hasn't really gone very well, there is a reason for it. I do feel like that there's a higher purpose of protection. We have got unexpected income, main wheel, and false person. That is interesting, considering the loyalty part, and then we're getting false person. I definitely see that there's a walking away from situations in the past. I want to say that you're going towards a much more loyal connection. I have a good feeling a lot of you were heartbroken very badly or betrayed in the past somehow. Maybe someone ghosted you, or maybe someone just couldn't keep up. I don't know. They just weren't loyal or something like that. I want to say some of you may have that kind of person come back around with a better perspective and experienced, like maybe they experienced some sort of learning or growth. I can't say that's the case for all of you though. For some of you, I think it's going to be that you're moving on from this previous situation. Let me see here. Tell me more about what's coming in love. Ten of Swords. Yeah. Some of you as well could have your eye on the wrong person at this time, and I know some of you aren't going to want to hear that. And, you know, I always encourage you to use your intuition with readings. You don't want to make sure that you're, you know, tuning into the correct message. You know what I'm saying? But make sure that you're not focused on an impossible dream, like somebody who's married or somebody that's already with somebody else, or a situation that can never be balanced. Okay? That's one message, and it won't, if it doesn't resonate with you, don't take it personally, like, you know, towards yourself. It may be for somebody else here. That's one thing. I think that I do see a connection lingering in the future. Again, either this is taking you out of that negative situation. Again, for some of you, if there is like an impossible situation where there can't be anything solid, I would definitely say that, you know, there's love coming up, okay? That's one thing I'll say. That's the main point here, is that there is love coming through. But I just want to make sure that you yourself are also loyal to yourself and your own growth and your own happiness. So try not to dismiss, you know, the possibilities of your future by maybe focusing on the wrong person. So if that's, again, specifically for those that have already kind of maybe had their eyes on somebody who's, you know, not possible. You know what I mean? Like, I would definitely say that there's someone better. And for those of you that have had that deception, again, I see a solid person coming through. Absolutely. This is definitely showing that there's that solid person coming through, that connection coming through, for sure. And with the unexpected income too, it's like they could actually be wealthy because the King of Pentacles was there too, so they might have like a solid kind of solid structure. We have that Aquarius energy too, so we might see some Aquarian energy coming through as well. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm seeing here. Let's see. Let's read a little bit more. What kind of person is this? Okay, those are the ones that came out. Let's see. False person, community, wealthy man, lovers, and child. Again, I think we're talking about maybe something different than what you've previously experienced. I think one thing is just like, don't get caught up in the wrong person. And I think this is just about like kind of a warning from your guides to say, hey, make sure that you're not going to focus like on the wrong one. Because it might be easy right now in the near future to get distracted with like an energy that doesn't suit you or it doesn't really last. And again, I think for some of you might already know those red flags, so it would be easy for you to kind of understand them right away. For others of you, you may still kind of have this false person. If you haven't had a false person yet, you may experience one before you find the one. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, or it's like going to be after that experience happens. With that Aquarius, it's interesting because we have community and then Aquarius. So this may be somebody that you meet through a community of some kind. You might have a similar interest. It might be a similar group. This could show as well meeting through friends. as by the way. And then we have, of course, the wealthy man, the lovers. Again, I think that there is a strongly romantic relationship coming through, and it will feel very serendipitous. It will feel very like blessed and sort of beautiful. Like I said, I think everyone's going to just, I'm getting like a few different stories here. So you're going to have to find out which kind of group you're in there as to whether, you know, you've experienced that false person already in your life. And, you know, again, false person could also indicate maybe someone trying to come back from the past as well to kind of distract you. You know what I mean? If they didn't serve you well back then, try to move on towards greener pastures is one thing I would recommend based off what I'm seeing here. We have fortune too. And I want to say that the person, you are very skilled, by the way, is something I'm picking up. And you're probably very loyal to people. You just want to make sure that you're not going to extend that loyalty to someone who doesn't deserve it. Because I do feel like in the future, if you were to kind of reject such a situation or move on from such a situation, like in the near future, we could really see, you know, someone good coming in. Like a true partner that's very loyal. The only thing, like I said, is for those of you that may find yourself in a situation where you're yearning for something that's impossible, maybe not do that if you can avoid such a thing. Now, let me see. I wanted to time it. Where's my Lenormand deck? I bet you it's right there. Hold on, I'm just going to grab these cards. We're going to get the Dreaming Way Lenormand. What approximate time frame for those that chose this group? What's the approximate time frame? We have 14, 9, 19. We also have a 6 on here. We have 9 twice, so I want to say no more than 9 months is what I want to say, honestly. Just, again, don't focus on the wrong things, but this is just for timing. I think 6 to 9 months is what I'm going to say. That's what I think. For whenever you watch this reading, in that time frame, for sure. It could be as early as like 6 weeks or, you know what I mean? Depending kind of on, maybe, especially too, if you need to take some sort of action, you know, and maybe moving away from a situation or whatnot, you know what I mean? Depending on where you're at. But I do see love coming in, for sure. But there may be that distraction, so watch out for that guy, that guy, girl, whatever. Okay, group number 2 here, some charms. I see strong indications of friendship here, guys. I think a lot of you, your next person, it's like friends through friends. We have happy birthday as well, like the little happy birthday charm. So you might find that you meet this person around your birthday or their birthday. You might also find that your birthday holds some sort of, you know, energy there surrounding love. There might be some love stuff going on. We also have I love you with the infinity symbol. So I do feel like love's coming in. We have this key here with the red string. It reminds me of soul connections. So again, I think that you're going to be opening doors in terms of soul connections. We've got the mermaid as well. And we have, I think this is actually a unicorn. So we have magical creatures. So there might be a fantasy element. Like maybe both of you will like fantasy in some way or connect on something like that. We have the angel. So again, there's a lot of protection and angelically guided things happening here. We also have hope here with the ribbon. Oh, wow. What the heck? You actually have 2 angels showing up. So angels watching over me. Yeah, again, guys, if you felt like okay, let's say, and for some of you this might be the case where you've had like maybe false hope a few times, okay? Maybe it's like you've had a few people and you're like, oh man, it could go somewhere, and then it just doesn't. And that's how the false person is. That's definitely an energy that's not going to be around, okay? Pisces can be very daydreamy. Also look at make sure that you're not focusing or holding yourself back in any way on the wrong things. We have a lot here about, wow, you guys are going to have so much similar in common too. We have two mermaids. Two mermaids, two angels. Wow. I think your next partner and you are going to have like a strong friendship, or friendship is somehow playing into this. I guess if some of you are like in love with a friend or really liking a friend, and maybe there's just no way, it might be indicative of like that message of kind of trying to move forward, especially if you know for a fact it's unlikely. I like to be honest in my readings. I don't want to sugarcoat something and tell you keep yearning for that person. We have handmade as well. Here again we could see handiwork, craftsmanship, and so on and so forth. Maybe sewing, painting, drawing, writing, scrapbooking, anything that kind of indicates like creativity with the hands, decoupage, rock painting, whatever it may be, leatherworking. I'm going to name like every damn thing I know. But anyway, yeah. We also have this smiley face of in the bee as well. So busy as a bee here, and then the leaf here, turning over a new leaf. Yeah, I really feel like a lot of you have a really good connection coming in, honestly. And it's going to feel, again, going back to this Felix Felicitas, it's like lucky, serendipitous. The next time you meet somebody, like coming up, I want to say that it's really serendipitous. It's very lucky. It feels like very guided. Again, I think your angels are literally bringing you together. Like, it's like where you have like, have you ever watched Fantasia? Like and there's that scene where they're like, the little cupids are like trying to get them together and like yanking them. That's kind of like the vibe I'm getting. Like you'll be brought together with this person somehow. It's like, just notice each other. And even thinking about the Pisces, the fish, it's like two fish as well, two mermaids, two angels. Jeez Louise. Maybe some of you might share a birthday with this person, or a birth month, or be very close together. I don't want to say that for everyone, but I think for some of you that may be the case. That might be a clue to your next person. But I do feel like love is coming in. Just make sure you're looking for it in the right places and avoiding any red flags. I don't feel like most of you would fall for such a thing, honestly. It's just more of a heads up, just in case. You know what I mean? That you could have someone kind of come back around and distract you. Or you could find yourself, falling prey to maybe fantasizing about the wrong person. You know what I mean? So as long as you keep yourself out of those traps, you are really set to meet someone wonderful. Okay? That's what I'm seeing. And so I really, really hope that this reading was helpful and hopeful. I hope it was insightful into your future. Let me know if you have any questions. Of course, I appreciate comments, likes, and subscribe if you want to see more content if you're new. But otherwise, just have a beautiful, blessed day or night wherever you are, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, my friends. So if you've chosen group number 3 here with these beautiful flowers here, this is your reading. So what is coming up in your love life, single friends? Let's find out. So we have got ancestors, family, survival, death, and worship. We have got number 35, authenticity, individual, unique, self-love. Interesting, number 1 up there too. We have number 27, road warriors. And we have Capricorn. Oh, and we have the previous card from the other reading. We'll get rid of that one. Whoops. Let me change it. Oops. Dang it. Okay. What is coming up in? Successful career, a happy working environment, pay rises and promotions. I feel like a lot of you are very career focused and centered. To be honest, I feel like that's I'm getting a lot of independence here, to be honest, at the moment. And maybe that's an energy that you've kind of been engaging in, working on other things in your life. What is coming up in love? the Chaser. And we've got outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. Ooh, interesting. And one more. I like you. Someone likes you. Romance is blooming. Fun flirting. Want to date. So here, what I feel here is that for many of you, there may have been a chance where you were a chaser, or maybe that you did have a situation in which you maybe had some sort of fear of abandonment issue, or that you had maybe a codependent relationship, or maybe you had something that was just kind of replaying over and over in your head, like a situation, like maybe there was but I feel like a lot of you have broken out of it or are about to break out of that sort of cycle. I do feel like we have some sort of crush coming up, or, like a kind of a sweet flirtation. But I do feel like a very strong individuality presence here. So a lot of you are very strong individuals, actually. And maybe for some of you in the past, you got in a situation where you didn't feel as strong as you used to. Where you're like, man, how did I get like this? I'm not normally like this. Some of you might resonate with that. But I don't see it here in coming up in your life. I feel like you guys are like number one in your life. And it's not in a selfish way. I think it's like more so you're just really focusing on yourself. Maybe there was a situation where you just felt like you liked someone more than they liked you back. You know what I mean? It could be as simple as that. But your ancestors, by the way, I want to just come through and say this, but if you've been really focused on your career, your ancestors are mega proud. Your ancestors are like, yes. And they're trying to help you, okay? So I really get that message coming strongly through. Singles that chose this group, what is ahead for them? Interesting. We've got main male, we've got unexpected income, and we've got main female. Now, don't think that has to mean that it only relates to like the heterosexual relationships. What is going on between the main male and the main female? Oops. False person. Let's see. And you got the false person, sudden wealth here. Well, I'd like to say that a lot of you are going to be able to really see through people much more quickly than before. I think that you'll be able to kind of notice whether someone's no good or not great for you. I also feel like your ancestors are strongly protecting you from any sort of false energies. They're trying to send sign signals and so on and so forth to kind of keep you away from those things. I do want to say, honestly, some of you may not actually be too interested in love, or your life is going to be as such that you're not going to be. I honestly don't think that you guys are so interested in love right now. I don't know if you just clicked on this reading because you're like kind of curious, but you're open-minded still. I'm kind of getting that because I feel like a lot of you are actually quite focused and satisfied with yourself, or that's something you're working on still. Like maybe there's a gaining of independence going on. There's a period of alone time. Or again, there's that focus on yourself. So I don't feel like this is a desperate, hungry for love group at all. Like, do you know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with feeling like you really want love, but I just don't think that you guys kind of come at it that way. I really don't pick that up. And it's kind of like, you may even have opportunities, but you're not really interested. Maybe you don't have a very good selection around you right now. You know, it's just not your vibe, not your crowd. You know, you're just not running into the right people. That sort of thing. And this energy could continue because we have the Hermit, the Four of Cups again. It's like what's on offer, not for you. You know what I mean? So somehow maybe now here's the thing though that I'm going to say, because I want to go back over to that Road Warriors card and we're going to talk about that. I do feel like you're going to have some sort of, we'll see what this is about, this I like you stuff, but the Road Warriors in particular, this card indicates The quote that goes with it is, jump off the cliff and learn how to make the wings on the way down. Taking a leap of faith involves stepping outside of your comfort zone with the belief that you can make big changes to improve your situation in life. These changes may involve new locations or a shift in your personal or professional life. A leap of faith requires a firm belief in yourself, a trust in the vision of what you're aiming to achieve, and a willingness to face the fear. This is really fascinating because for some of you, you may be about to move somewhere or make some kind of big changes. And that might be where your focus is actually. Kind of like, who are you? And becoming yourself in some way. So this doesn't scream to me like you guys are, like I said, hungry for a relationship. And I don't really think that's, I think you have someone you'll like in the horizon. Like on the horizon, sorry. Let's find out more about that. So, because I feel like generally what we're getting, like as to what's coming up, is just essentially a lot of self-work, a lot of self-focus, and, you know, kind of career moves. Again, Capricorn energy, very like solid, kind of building foundations for yourself. Not really focused on love. Okay, so what about this? Someone likes you, okay, want to date, fun flirting. So tell me more about this like crushy like energy here. We have the mature woman. We have unexpected income, lovers, mature woman. For somebody that may represent a mature woman. But for others of you, it might be that you like people or they like you, but you're kind of in a mature mode and you're not really. I think about a mature woman. Usually when they're older, women get older, they're just they're more comfortable with themselves for the most part, and they're a little bit more likely to, you know, be a little bit more skeptical. They've been through the ringer. They've had some experiences. They're not too keen to make any wild choices. So I think you're kind of going, I think someone will like you, but you kind of are going about it in a very nonchalant way. Or, you know, you're kind of like taking it easy, that sort of thing. Again, I do think that you're more focused on your own maturity, your own growth. But there actually could be like a nice little kind of person in the future that has a crush on you. With lovers, you know, there can be that love connection coming. Yeah, we have the Nine of Pentacles again, implying new beginnings, like taking care of yourself. Judging fairly. I really feel like a lot of you are just kind of taking it easy. I think there will be some flirtations in the future. I'm not looking too far out, by the way. I'm maybe looking 6 months at the most. So I don't want you to guys think that that means that it's like no love's coming at all. I think there's a flirtation. I think someone's going to have a little crush on you. I think someone's going to find you gorgeous. But I don't see you rushing into this person's arms. I don't see you like, and that doesn't mean you won't like them. I just think that you guys are in a place right now where you're very focused on career, on development, self-development, and, you know, you like the flirtation, but you're not like jonesing, you know, and yearning to just jump into anything. And so I see some fun coming your way though, okay? I really, really do. And I could even see with lovers, you know, someone that you may be kissing and caressing, kind of hooking up with as an example. It's flirtatious, they like you, that sort of thing. But I feel like you're going about it in a very mature manner. You're just kind of like, again, not jumping into anything very quickly. And maybe that's your personality as well. You know, not the type to jump too quickly. So yeah, that is what I'm seeing here. Let's go ahead and get some charms. Oh, and let me do a song for you guys. I don't want to translate this. Let me see. There's a song I got, but it's not in English. But I will kind of give you the vibe. It's Okole Tibia. It's like a Bayolka, if you know that song. And by chance, if you speak. Well, essentially, it's like around you, the world is greener. Around you, the sun is warmer. Around you, I understand that happiness is around you, kind of when you're around me, basically. It's like just a joy. That song is like basically representing like sort of this joyful feeling. It's like when you just feel good around someone. And I think that's what could be coming into your life. Someone you'll feel good around, like a friend. But again, there's no obsession. There's no like, oh my God, will we be together? Like, it's just very lighthearted. And again, I think it's because you guys have your own focus. You know, you're not focused on someone else. You're focused on yourself. And it's like, if someone's around, awesome. I flirt. I have fun. You know, who knows where it goes. There's a lightheartedness to it, okay? So I like it because it doesn't feel heavy. Okay, let's see. Ooh, we have a smiley face. Here we have two smiley faces. So again, I see like flirtatious, fun, friendliness coming through. And again, a happy period of your life, honestly. We have as well forever, as well as I love you. I love you always, forever, near and far, closer together. That's what comes to my head. Everywhere I will be with you. Everything I will do for you. Yeah. We also have the star. Things can move quite quickly in your life. It's like you've got all these things. You got to get all these things done. Some of you might be very busy. You know what I mean? Because the star in Mario is like, it's like when you can like just run through everything. And you're like, oh my God, I got to get all the things. I got to like, you know, get all the mushrooms and all the coins and like, you know what I mean? It's like, I got to get everything at once. And again, I think, again, you guys just have different things on your mind. You got all kinds of goals and it's like you want to hit all of them. Oh, and we have the mushroom too. Maybe some of you might connect with someone on gaming or games as well, because we got two gaming ones. We also have Jack here again, so you know, kind of focused on goals as well. We have the starfish. To me, represents sort of like, you know, going with the flow a bit. And we have the skull and crossbones. I think you guys are not keen to get into anything toxic. I think you guys are in a really good, you take it slow. You don't jump too fast, too hard, too crazy. You know what I mean? I really think you guys got a good amount of control. There's a lightheartedness. We have the Mickey Mouse key. So it's like anything that's coming up in love, like it's going to be enjoyable. It's going to be fun. It's going to be lighthearted. It's going to be flirtatious. Like look at Nala. It's like there could even be that dynamic between her and Simba, you know, sort of playing around kind of. And then we have the wand here. So I think you're very much in control. You're kind of like planning your life out. Very focused on those things. Again, the snake here with the diamonds. Healing, regeneration. Again, staying away from toxic energies, not about to get down that road as well. And we have this eye. And to me, this reminds me of like maybe some of you have very strong intuitive abilities. Maybe some of you are like psychic or, again, work in some sort of field like that. I kind of know. I have a name here in my head. I wonder if that person's going to pick it. Because I do it, unfortunately, you know, I'll have my, like, I have my people that I read for quite often, and sometimes I'll totally see you guys in the pile. And I'm like, oh, I think this might be for that person. So we'll see if they comment. But we have the perfume bottle. I think you're going to be smelling sweet, looking very attractive. Again, I just feel lighthearted energy. And it feels like love is kind of like, not on the back burner, because I see flirtation coming up. But I just don't feel like it's swamping you down. Like you need to have that person. It just feels like you're working on yourself. And I want to say a lot of you, really honestly, good career stuff coming up. I think job stuff looking good, looking fresh, and you will be looking fresh and feeling fresh, I think, as well. So very adventure. And with Road Warriors, taking adventure as well. So if you're having like this desire to travel somewhere, to do something different, to, you know, change things up, again, this is going to lead you towards the next person too, I think, somehow. That next flirtation that we're talking about, that's very kind of sweet and calm, innocent, you know, fun. I think that's it. I think it's like somehow if you start taking these like leaps of faith, if you already have recently, good for you. And I think you'll be in contact sooner than others. But yeah. Anyway, I really, 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 really hope you liked this reading. It was very fun doing it, and I hope that the reading finds you blessed, happy, and doing well. And I will hopefully get to see you in another reading. Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you thought if you have the time. And yeah, let's go ahead and just move on to the next group. But take care, guys, and see you next time. Hello, my friends. If you've chosen the last group here, group number 4, with this beautiful rose, this is your reading. So singles that are watching, what is coming up in your love life? Now, I did take a song for you guys, and I got Summer Side of Life by Gordon Lightfoot. One of my favorite songs. I'm a huge Gordon Lightfoot fan. I can't believe that came on. I was like, oh my goodness. So this is it's an interesting song because it kind of talks about innocence and how, you know, we grow up and things aren't as innocent. So we'll see how it kind of relates as we go along. We have Baraka 21, power, strength, force, and expansion. Some of you may have a love that's in the military or will be in the military. And I say that also because in Summer Side of Life, it's like when the soldiers go off to fight, as an example. And so maybe for some of you, there could be that possibly. I don't want to say that's for everyone, but we have 8, protection. Again, this might be showing someone who fights for you. 26, Catwoman, and Pluto. So, Pluto is here in this reading. Let's see. Time to shine. Let's see here. We've got time to shine, create the energetic resonance for golden opportunities. So some of you might feel like you're shining a bit more in love. Catwoman, of course, makes you think of like sort of an independent kind of woman. Again, you don't have to be a woman. It's about curiosity, confidence, bravery, and originality. Freedom lies in being bold. Robert Frost. So it says that when we choose to be bold, we will likely open up new opportunities, lead a more fulfilling life, and be an inspiration to others. Really interesting in terms of like what's coming up. But you may have opportunities where you do need to show some sort of bravery, independence. This might be if you're a shy one, you need to be more proactive, to show some sort of strength and confidence. What is coming up in love? Yeah, some of you, I do feel like some of you are going to be connecting with somebody that's in the military or has been in the military or has some sort of possibility there. We have expectation and mature woman. What's interesting with mature woman, some of you may be a mature woman, like that might be defining you in some way. So maybe not like a very young one, or at least it could also talk about that in terms of being, you know, mature in your expectations. You can be young and mature, by the way. You know what I mean? So the song is so interesting. I want to read you this song lyrics real quick. He came down through fields of green on the summer side of life. His love was ripe. There was no illusions on the summer side of life, only tenderness. And if you saw him now, you'd wonder why he would cry the whole day long. There were young girls everywhere on the summer side of life. They talked all night to the young men that they knew on the summer side of life, going off to fight. And if you saw them now, you'd wonder why they would cry the whole day long. He came down through fields of green on the summer side of life. He prayed all night. Then he walked into a house where love had been misplaced, his chance to waste. And if you saw him now, you'd wonder why he would cry the whole day long. It's almost like it's like that song has the vibes of like someone who came back from war and, you know, their person's with somebody else. Is kind of the vibe. I don't know if that, I doubt that's going to happen to you guys, but somehow it does allude to some sort of disappointments in love. And I think for some of you, you must have been disappointed at some point in your life, because we do have Pluto, and that's all about, you know, dealing with the kind of difficult energy. But it's like very constructive because you can like use it for power. I feel like you guys are in a more powerful place when it comes to love in some way too. Maybe for some of you, you're strengthening your boundaries. And because Catwoman even, it just makes me think of a very independent nature. So I want to say that there is somebody in your future. So if you're single, there's somebody coming in, okay? So that I will say. I feel like maybe the battles that you've already kind of gone through in your life have made you wiser, and you're not going into anything with willy-nilly expectations. You're not going into anything with false perceptions. You've kind of got a mature vibe about you in terms of love. We could see a government official as well. A government, people, military, that sort of thing. Yeah, I don't feel like you guys are about to put up with anything that's going to kind of destroy your structure. And I definitely feel like you guys have had some kind of trauma in love or some sort of problem in the past. That's for sure. Okay, let me see here. It may have made you even a little bit suspicious or reactive in some way. Who's coming in love? Because I see somebody. I see lovers. I see wanting it. It's there. I wonder if some of you are just having a hard time finding that innocence and that trust in you again. Well, we have who? Well, we have the Knight of Pentacles, the Three of Cups, and the Queen of Pentacles. So we could see someone with strong earth energy. It doesn't have to be a woman with the Queen of Pentacles. It could be for some of you, and for some of you not. Three of Cups can show a friendliness, friendship, that there's, you know, a sense of excitement with you and this person. We have main female coming through as well. Privileged lady, gift, and official person. There's definitely, whoever you're going to be with next, or like whoever's kind of coming in love, they have to have some sort of like official, they either work in the government, the police, fire department, military. There's like something there, like where they kind of are like, maybe they have a title of some kind, like a doctor or, you know, something like that, maybe like professor. There's something honorable and high about them. Okay, that I can tell you. Like this person's well established, they're mature, they're not young. I don't feel like a lot of you watching this are very young, honestly. It really doesn't feel that way to me. That there's like a young energy here. This seems much more, I think you guys are going to get a very nice person. They may shower gifts or be very kind, want to pay for everything as well. I'm kind of picking up on here. And they will treat you right as well, is what I'm seeing. Like you'll be treated like with respect and kindness, regardless of, you know, whatever genders, you know what I mean? I know that we have a lot of, you know, specific imagery here, men and women and stuff like that or whatever. But don't get too hung up on that in a general reading. But no, this seems like a very confident person, a self-confident person, a well-secure person, a person who is fun to be around, a joy to be around. I feel like one thing, it's just like getting in tune with your trusting self. And putting yourself out there too. That might be something that's kind of important here for some reason. Let me ask here. I'm actually going to get advice for you guys because I want to see. I see love coming in, but what's the advice? Well, choosing your own happiness and stability. Some of you, if you, Two of Wands, we might have you with your eye on somebody already. That maybe fits this description for some of you. Maybe this is like, hey, take that chance, go toward them. For others of you, this might be putting yourself in possibilities of meeting someone. Some of you could meet someone through travel, through exploration as well. But this is good. I think that you guys have just not always had the easiest time. It is your time to shine, right? So I think that's a really positive message coming through, that up ahead you do have time to shine in love and to be noticed. Okay, group number 4. Let's do some charms. Okay, we have Paris. We maybe some of you have felt some frustration with the Arthur hand, the Arthur fist. It's like frustration and love. We also have like that powerful thing. So again, it might be putting some muscle into it. You know what I mean? Like, go get that person. Go get that thing. You know? Okay, here. Pisces. We've got the soul. In every single reading today that we've had, sorry, I said that kind of funny. Reading we've had today, we've had this come out. Like, that's crazy. Because like, I think I've done like 2 other readings with charms recently, and it did not come out. So we definitely have soul connections coming through. So if a lot of you are manifesting some sort of soul kind of connection, definitely, yeah, coming through. We have Sagittarius and the suitcase here with traveling vibes here. So Hong Kong, Moscow, London showing up. We have Paris. There's international vibes here, traveling, that sort of thing coming through. So yeah, we have movement here with the bicycle. So I think love's moving forward. I think that you're going to find someone. We also have handmade, perhaps showing handicraft. And we have this leaf here, turning over a new leaf. And this happiness, kind of like sunshine flower. And the starfish and the snake. Honestly, I feel like a lot of you could meet somebody from a distance or from afar. Pisces also can indicate that, kind of being associated with the 12th house of foreign places, foreign lands, people that are far removed from you. Again, there might need to be some movement. Like, you might actually have to kind of get it done. You know what I mean? Like, maybe it's like you need to travel somewhere, go somewhere in order to kind of fulfill the next part of this, the story of your love life. Okay? And it doesn't have to be internationally, by the way. It could be just kind of farther away. I'm going to get a few more charms here. I feel led to. We have a fish here. Again, Pisces energy. The heart with wings. Again, travel, freedom, that sort of thing. We have Gemini, communications. Who rescued who? Coming through. It may be that you'll be able to meet somebody has a similar situation as you, or has had similar experiences. Somehow you connect as well. Yeah, well, we have the elephant too. Yeah, I feel like a lot of you, that's what's coming up in love. I think you're going to have the opportunity, as I said, to meet somebody. There may have been previous, like maybe they had previous military experience, or they wanted to join the military, or they somehow are in an official position, like I said, firemen, like maybe police, paramedics, EMTs, doctors, titled people, that sort of thing, like some sort of official role is what I'm kind of feeling, really honestly. And I feel like a lot of you, just be careful not to put too much of a boundary around yourself. I feel like actually you have a good person. Tell me more about this person for group number 4. Because I see it coming through, so tell me more. Well, we have a kind individual. King of Cups and the Ace of Cups. Kind, sweet, loving type of person. Very giving. Again, a gift giver. Somebody who showers you with affection. Who wants to show off to you. And somebody who's probably well-spoken. Might have a nice voice as well. Like kind of a calming, soothing voice is what I'm getting. And very generous. You guys could have different social classes. Could be very charity oriented. This person also may actually again, I'm kind of getting like this, like using money as a form of love. And again, it means like they want to give things. That's kind of a love language for them. I also feel like they like to make money doing what they love, and maybe they could use some sort of encouragement. Some of you might find that this person really wants to create some sort of wealth based on something that they really enjoy, or you could somehow put them in tune with that. Like give them the proper tools or ideas, the guidance. That is what I'm feeling. Okay, interesting messages there at the end. Okay, I had to bring them through. I don't know if they'll resonate with everyone, but I certainly felt that's needed to be heard. And look at that, what's on the bottom, by the way, as I kind of put the card back. Happy love, a joyful, stable partnership, and good friends. Beautiful. So that's what I'm seeing for those of you that chose this reading. Again, I'm going to highlight that idea of, put boundaries and all that stuff too, but don't put so many boundaries that you don't even have expansion. You got to expand. So you want to be careful. Utilize the wisdom that you've gained through difficult experiences, tough experiences in love, but don't let it hold you in or rein you in for too long. I think that you guys can really see some progress, especially if you get out and you start looking for love or taking more action toward it. Whether it's traveling somewhere to someone to meet them, maybe you have someone on your mind and it's just about meeting them up or getting together, that sort of thing. Everyone will have a little bit of a different situation, but I can assure you that love is coming and there will be a romantic interest on your horizon, okay? So I hope that helped, and I really hope that you liked the reading. If you did, let me know in the comments below. Even just letting me know you chose group number 4 is a nice thing. I always appreciate comments, and they help all YouTubers out, with our algorithms and all that stuff. So, and I like hearing from you guys. So it's a free way to help us and, show kindness. And so I want to wish you all the very, very best day or night wherever you are. I hope you have a blessed day or night, and I hope to see you next time too. Okay? Bye-bye.